Welcome back to Hit Points Gaming. Today we are going to do a review of a board game called Anno 1800, published by Cosmos, and we have so much to tell you about it.
First of all, it's been a while since we've done a series of videos.
Yeah, but you know what? Every time we do a video for the past 3 years, we've said, hey, it's been a while since we've done a video. They get it. Okay, so let's just skip over that.
Okay,
let's get to this game.
Okay.
You guys know it's been a while. It's because we've been playing this game. Go.
Okay, yeah, so Cosmos actually reached out to us quite some time ago and gave us some games if they wanted us to send that we can do a review on. And I'm familiar with Anno from the PC game. Actually, I haven't played it, but I'm aware of it and which is interested. So, yeah, absolutely. Board game came out. I heard some good things about it. Please send it.
We got it maybe a week ago?
Yeah, I think they actually sent it to the
ago?
wrong address, and we eventually got it. It's been a while.
And I opened it, and I thought, there's nothing about this that
Rings true.
No, there's nothing about this game that's going to make me draw in and want. There's no cats. There's no furry creatures. There's no meeples. You know, to me, it's like a wartime, Titanic-esque fighting game. And I thought, why'd you order this? Oh, it's a game from Cosmos. Let's check it out. I think you're going to like it.
Yeah, so that was... And
that was...
Did I say that?
6 games ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I went through the rule book. It wasn't that difficult. I got it, but I didn't know how the game was actually going to play out. And then I saw the board here.
And you did all the rules, you set the board up, and you wanted me to play.
Yeah.
And I still had absolutely no interest. It looked like it was way too many things that I would have to learn. Way too many. But then, okay, keep going.
But then what? Am I explaining the rules?
Yeah.
Oh.
Let's start with some rules.
But then I explained her how to play. So this is here's basically everything that you can craft in Anno, and really the point of the game. Let's
back it up.
Let's do this correctly. You know, the point of the game is to have the most victory points at the end of the game. Okay. Now, what's unique about this game, and we'll talk a little bit about this further on, is the game ends when one of the players plays his or her last card from their hand.
So it's the player's decision when to end the game. There are no rounds.
No.
And we did not say this is a game from 1 to 4 players. Oh, it says 2 to 4 players. We have only played this game with the 2 of us.
Okay.
That just to keep it in mind.
And we'll get into that. Okay, we'll get into that. So, yes, 2 to 4 players.
Resource management?
Resource management, yes. You basically have these workers. So, farmers, workers, mechanics?
No, engineers?
Engineers, inventors, and investors. I think that's the name. We probably should have looked them up before the video.
Yeah, we probably. Is the
green,
rule book in
blue,
here?
red, purple,
and
teal.
Teal.
Okay, so you start the game with, X number of each one and a hand of 9 cards. Okay, and on your turn, you are trying to either. Oh, jeez.
You can do one action on your turn.
Yes, your turn you do one action.
And then it passes to the next player, and they're able to do one turn.
Ooh, okay, it goes back and forth.
So
what can you do on your turn? Well, you can try to gain more workers. In order to gain more workers, they all need a certain resource requirement. So your player board basically has the buildings that you have access to. Each building can produce a particular resource. So this can produce planks,
wood,
wheat, potatoes, pigs,
thread.
And at each location, you would put a certain worker there to produce said resource.
Right.
Then use those resources to, again, generate new workers. Like, you need planks to develop a new green farmer. Okay? And like that action you can do up to 3 times on one turn, so you can get 3 new farmers that turn. Or really what you're looking to do is generate these larger buildings or resources to play cards from your hand. Okay, that's how you're really going to be gaining victory points. For instance, one of these basic cards that you have here that you start the game with is going to require some soap and some clothing, work clothing.
Work clothes, yeah.
So the items on the top, the resources, is that what you need, and at the bottom is going to be your reward. So this is going to give me 4 gold. Gold is just a way that you can spend on your turn to basically return a worker that's on your board back to being available again. And it doesn't cost me an action. So on my turn, I can send somebody back if I need to use them again, because again, each spot I can only use my planks, then my plank building's done. I would have to bring them back, which is actually another action. For one action, I can pull everybody back to be available. And you would think, oh wow, that's easy. That's going to be fine. Oof. Okay.
You have to know right when to do it.
Right.
Let me just recap that real quick. So
I wasn't even finished.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't finished.
Okay.
So what you're trying to do to play this card, you need soap and clothing. Well, none of those resources are available to you in the beginning. So you need to go up here and see, oh, look, in order to purchase clothing, I need that yarn, which I can develop, and coal. Well, coal is going to need one of the red workers. Once I build this, now I can take this location and add it to my player board.
Your clothing factory.
So now the next round, I can send a blue worker there to produce clothing. But, oh, I also needed soap. Well, how do I get soap? I needed pigs and coal, and then put that on my player board down here. Okay, so you're trying to develop an engine using your resources to then allow you to spend these cards, which will then give me, this is 3 victory points at the end of the game. Here's the thing. Whenever you gain more workers, for instance, this card, this needed a clothing and soap, it's going to give me 2 green new workers. Awesome.
Great.
Farmers. Wonderful. But every time you gain a new worker, you have to gain a card, depending on the color. Green and blue, you get a card from here. Red, purple, teal, card from here. So your hand size keeps increasing the number of workers that you get. So again,
the goal is to get rid of all the cards. So how do you manage getting more workers without getting too many cards?
But here's the key. The goal isn't to get rid of all your cards. The goal is to get the most victory points. That's just the end condition.
Sorry.
Okay?
Yes.
And it's just whoever gets rid of all their cards gets the fireworks token, which is worth 7 victory points. So, you've got your cards that are here that are worth 3. Then you've got higher level cards for your red, purple, and teals. You start with 2 of them at the beginning of the game.
Let me just go back. Greens are farmers, blues are workers, reds are artisans, purple are engineers, and teal is investors.
Thank you for that.
Yes.
Appreciate that.
Yes.
So then you'll see here these higher level cards. They're worth 8 victory points if you complete, but they require a lot more. So there's our clothing as well, but also fur coats, and then drums of beer, barrels.
A keg?
A keg.
Yeah, barrels of, yeah.
So you need higher level items, which require you to get lower tier items, to get middle tier items, to get high tier items, to get 8 points.
Correct. And you need higher tier workers to build them.
Yes, and they all give you special bonuses, which is trade goods, which we haven't talked about. So you can spend said trade goods, which are these tokens, if another player has that
soap
building,
that you need.
soap, I can spend my trade goods to basically cash in on her building to give me that 1 resource for my turn. But she also benefits from that. She gains a gold. I don't have to pay her for the gold. I pay her the trade goods, but she gets a gold. And if you remember, gold I can spend to pull certain workers back. Okay, so let's not go back to it yet. Got a little bit more, because then we're going to talk about our pros and cons, or
likes and dislikes.
Likes about the game.
There are no dislikes.
So, well, I don't know. I guess I can think of one. So at the bottom of your board, you also have these ships that are in your harbor. So 2 of them, you start with the trade goods, and 1 of them is your naval, which is
the exploration.
You can spend exploration tokens. So again, maybe there's some of the conditions on the cards that you need to meet. X number of exploration tokens give you a benefit and points. Or you can spend them in some other ways. One is developing, I think this is the old world, where you can pull this tile out and look, ooh, I can expand my player board to place more buildings. And it also gives me, oh, look at this, I would have gained 1 red worker from getting this tile, which of course would have given me another card. Game continues longer. There's other things here. Green workers, maybe an extra building, a new building. So boxes. Oh, why would I want another box area, you might ask? Well, I've got my standard boxes that use artisans, but now I have a box factory where just my workers can develop it. My workers know how to put boxes together now. So, pretty important. Or I can go to the new world with an exploration token, and this allows me, and only that player, to use these 3 items by spending a trade good to invest in building said materials here. So I needed that barrel for that card a little earlier. Well, in order to build a barrel, I needed to have this thing.
Bamboo?
Bamboo. Yes, I had bamboo to build a barrel. Sure. So I would have gotten bamboo and a plank to get, look, a barrel place. Cool. Now I can use that, choose my card, but now I'm allowing her to use the barrel place, even though she didn't have the bamboo. Okay, so, and then you can get even higher. You got these purple cards, and then you have to get, more shipyards to develop higher level ships and more exploration cards, because again, when you use that action to bring everybody back, all of your ships come back into port, so you gain your either trade goods and exploration tokens again.
Would this be a game to tape?
I thought of that.
Because that explanation, I doubt anybody followed.
I think a lot of people did. I did such a good job.
Well, you did, but I feel like we kind of, petered out at the end.
Okay, because...
And I don't know. You really got to play it to see the flow.
Because here's the thing. I explained that before our first game.
And everything was clear. It was crystal clear. It wasn't like the rule book was confusing or they left things out and there were things for us to kind of decide on. No, it just wasn't clear to me when we sat down and we had 7 workers, let's say, 9 cards, and this huge board. And we could build anything and we could stop the game whenever we wanted. So we decided, let's just play, let's just start and see.
Let's see how this is.
And we didn't keep track of how many rounds we got, but,
we might have taken 7 turns each.
Sure. And it finally clicked. Oh, well, I shouldn't have built that one because I should have built a smaller building first. And because I skipped the smaller building first, I'm actually hurting myself in the future.
Wow, you made that sound really simple, like we just came upon that. Really, it was just, yes, I understand it now. I think at the same time we looked at each other and said, do you want to start over? Yes.
But we didn't.
We did.
No, we didn't. We kept going.
We totally restarted.
We kept going, and I won. That's why he doesn't want to remember. We kept going. I won that game. I said, no, let's do it. Let's play it. I won that game. That was the first game.
Fine.
Mm-hmm.
Fine.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're right, because we recorded our game, so, and I know
yes,
you won the first one.
I won the first one. I think we had enough, that we didn't need to. We just wanted to see how it was going to, end. And then, of course, we played it right immediately after that again. So that's the thing. Do we want to tape this to...
Possibly.
If someone wants to see it played because the rules may not be...
It's not that long either, right? Would you say
it depends...
Well, yes. Okay, I know it depends.
On who's going to come out of the game first.
Half an hour? 45 minutes
Oh my
maybe?
gosh, it goes longer than
that.
that.
Alright, we'll see. I don't know. Okay. 2 other things I just want to make note of so you get the full experience of the game. There's also this deck of cards that you get here, and on the flip side is going to be a museum and...
A zoo.
Zoo. So these are just points that you can get at the end of the game for every worker that you have. So if you have a teal worker and a red worker, you place them on here. It's just bonus points at the end. So you're trying to gather these cards to build up a zoo and a museum, more bonus points. On top of that, you've got 5, you start the game with 5 objective cards, and this really changes how the game is played. You've got whoever has the most of those cards, these cards I just mentioned at the end of the game, gains 10 points. There might be actually some new actions on these cards where if I spend 2 exploration cards, I can discard a card from my hand, so there's ways to, get rid of things that you can't build to end the game quicker. Whoever's the most investors, just by having access to these items, you gain victory points. So this kind of shapes how the game's going to be played, in addition to your starting hand.
Your starting hand, yeah. Even though you get the same workers every game, those cards can make or break you. Pros and cons.
Pros and cons. Although we've been saying it this entire time. Con.
I have no idea what you're going to say.
I didn't think I was going to like this game in the beginning. And it would be tough for me to sell somebody on this game. Hey, do you want to come trade resources on a boat?
Well, it's more like in a settlement
that I didn't really get. There's all these tiles here. It's a little overwhelming. Sounds like fun, right? Oh! But I guess that's the con. I guess maybe getting somebody to the table to say, hey, do you want to play this game? That's a small con. And then the second one is, whoever plays this game with us is going to get crushed.
I know.
The first or second turn or game that they play, That's it. That's the only cons that I have of it.
Well, that's a con that actually is a con for other people, not a con for us.
No. You're right.
There is something about this game that I need to play it. It's not a worker placement, which is my favorite type of game, but it's competitive, and I usually shy away from competitive games with Corey. But I don't feel like I'm being attacked. Right. We're not attacking each other in ships in the 1800s. We are doing our own thing. We have 2 separate settlements, and we are trying to make the best settlement out of, we're trying to beat each other, making the best settlement, I guess, by earning the most victory points. I'm drawn to it. And this is the only competitive game versus game that we own where I have won the same amount of times that Corey has. We've played 6 times and we're tied 3-3. Usually, if you guys watch this channel, when we play a new game, I'm usually the one that wins, and then I never win again.
The first game, because I'm trying stuff out.
Because, he doesn't have a strategy, right? I won the first game, and I have won 2 more games after that. So I want to keep coming back. Yeah. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but I love it.
It's just a lot of fun. I didn't think it was going to be like that by reading the rules and looking at it.
Well, like I said, I judged a book by its cover.
Yes.
I didn't want anything to do with it, and I can't get enough of it.
And instantly she looked to see, is there going to be an expansion? Yes, there is. Cannot wait. Cannot wait for the expansion to see what they can add. And honestly, there's a few things in here. We haven't even done all the objective cards. There's one in here that you lose 2 points for every card you still have
in your hand.
That's going to change everything.
You could get, if you're only exploring, I like to explore a lot, so I have room in my settlement to build lots of factory buildings. But there's a card that, objective card, 18 points if you only have 1 expansion of your land.
Sharp.
Wow. That changes the whole game. I have not gotten bored. I don't think we've even built every single location yet.
We have definitely not done advanced weapons.
I built that one yesterday. You weren't paying attention. But the ships, we haven't built.
We haven't done any level 3 ships. Or level 3 harbor.
So you can upgrade your harbor, you can upgrade your ships. I doubt we've even gone through, have we seen all of these cards? Mm-mm. Have we seen all of these cards?
Here's the only thing
Every game is different.
I can't comment on, and I'm really looking forward to doing this, is playing this with 3 or 4 players.
Yeah, but nobody stands a chance.
Wow. They're going to...
Well, maybe Snots.
He's going to see this episode and come back and be like, I'm going to beat you guys. But what I'm looking forward to is there's only 2 copies of every building. So in a 3-player game...
Oh, yeah.
You're not going to be able to get access to a building. You know, sometimes if she builds something, I'm just going to trade with her. You know, I'm going to trade. Sometimes I find it beneficial for us each to have our own, so I don't need to trade with her and give my trade goods. I have enough workers to just use the building on my own. On the 3 players, I could be completely out of luck and not having that option. So you have to go trade heavy.
And what if you don't have access to goods, if you can't build ships to get out there?
Is the game going to be longer now with 3 or 4 people? Is that when I'm going to be using level 3 ships or whatnot? I don't know and want to find out.
Thank you, Cosmos. This was a very, very pleasant surprise.
Yes.
And the replayability so far, what did I say? Readability?
I think you said replayability.
Replayability. I didn't hear myself say that. Still, not like, we're not going to get sick of it anytime soon.
No, we're going to go back and play this right now and see where we are, who takes the lead.
I'm not sure I want to play. I might just want to, maybe we'll play it for everyone so they can see who takes over the lead. And then in 6 months we'll come back and we'll say, sorry guys,
no,
we haven't
I still have
a
a few more
time.
reviews to do.
We do. Okay.
I've got another one lined up that I need
So
to do.
then we'll keep you posted on who holds the title for most wins the next time we see you.
I'll just comment.
Okay.
All right. Thanks a lot for watching. This was very exciting. I'm glad you were here to take part of this review. This is the first thing she said when she was playing. She said,
We have to tape this right
and
now.
she wanted to be a part of it. So.
Like, comment, subscribe. You'll see some more reviews in the future with games that we've been playing instead of recording videos for you. Sorry.
Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.